Welcome back to the podcast. It's so good to be here. The last, I don't know how many episodes I've done walk and talk, so I'm actually coming to you from the studio today, which is a little bit of a change. But it's awesome to be back with you guys. My name's Haley Sohn. I'm a nutritionist, weight loss expert, and today we're talking about how to make tempting meal times a whole lot easier. And the inspiration behind this episode is I recently went on a trip and there was a hotel like breakfast buffet, like all you can eat. It's part of the room charge. So it's free or however you want to look at that. And in those situations, I'm always kind of this like observer. I love to just see how other people are handling it, the items that they're choosing, like those kinds of things. Not from a judgy place, just out of curiosity. I love to observe these types of behaviors. So I was thinking, like, what am I doing? How am I thinking about this that is making it really easy for me to basically not overindulge? And again, this is like my particular experience was at breakfast time. So just kind of thinking about how would my day look if I did overindulge at this breakfast, like, and just kind of ate whatever was there, and how is that different from what I'm actually doing and how my day is gonna like look and feel for me based on what I'm choosing. So, yeah, so I'm gonna take you through three things to help make these situations a lot easier because this is something that comes up for me in my coaching practice over and over again. So my clients will go to a party, like Super Bowl is a big one. Also I mean, currently coming into like summer, so there's just all the summer barbecues and cookouts and family events. uh then you get into the holidays and like this all pops up again, and then you go on like a vacation to an all you can eat and this pops up again. So how do we make those situations feel really simple for you and really easy? And that's what we're going to walk through today. So um first of all, the first piece of this is to really look over everything before you make a decision. So if you're at a buffet or at a party and there's a lot of food laid out, what you want to do is like take it all in before you start building a plate. Because I really want you to be thinking about what are all the items here? Because what happens a lot of times is we like start going through the line, let's say, the buffet line with our plate, and we're like, oh, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Before we know it, our plate's full. But then we get to like halfway through and we're like, oh, but that's something I really want to try. And hold on, that's something I really want to try. Now we've got like two plates, or we're going back for seconds, or we're going back like multiple times. And what ends up happening, how most people feel at the end of those, is overly stuffed, overly um full, and like sick a little bit. Our energy's not where we want it to be. Physically, we don't feel how we want to feel. And we also feel like we like missed out. Like the food wasn't that great. I've never been to now in my past life, I never went to a buffet and felt like really satisfied and happy with what I'd eaten. Now I do because of how what you're gonna learn today. But a lot of times we it's all this food, it all looks good, and we eat all of it and we're not really satisfied, yet we feel completely overstuffed and sick. So before you grab your plate and start going through the line, walk around, look at everything, and make some decisions before you put anything on your plate. Right there, you're going to give yourself this huge pause and this moment to kind of clarify these are things that I like, and these are things that I could pass on. I don't necessarily want. You can also apply this to, I have in my notes here, like in your pantry. So let's say, a tough time for you is the evenings and you like to like Netflix and chill. The kids are in bed, finally. The day is done. It's time for you and to like de-stress and relax for a minute. And you want to grab a snack and you go to the pantry and you just grab like whatever you can find. You get the chips and the cookies and the ice cream and the blah blah blah. Do it backwards. Like go to the pantry, slow yourself down a little bit. Like what do I actually want right now? I'm just going to pick one thing that I actually want. You're going to put yourself in a different pair of shoes than you've ever been in just by asking yourself that question. What actually sounds good right now? So we're going to do this at the buffet, at the party, and all that. Also do this on a like a dinner menu. Granted, that's not normally a time that we're ordering like we don't usually go out to dinner and order multiple entrees, but just to like give yourself that, what do I actually want? I have this client and she had this story about, maybe I've already told this here, but there's a restaurant that she goes to that has this pasta and it's a really like cheesy, creamy sauce. It's so good. She said it's like really good. It's this huge portion. And every time she would go there, she would order it. She would eat most of it, the whole thing, and then feel like really sick. But the pasta was so good. And so the most recent couple of times they've gone to the restaurant, either someone else with her has ordered it and she's just had like one or two bites and been like, yeah, that's really good. I'm so glad I didn't order the whole thing. And she just ordered something that actually sounded good to her. And then I think there was a time that she went and she actually ordered it for herself and she had a couple bites and was like, wow, this is like, I can't believe I ever ate all of this before. But it was kind of leading up to when we started working together, it was always her knee-jerk reaction. This is a special time, this is a special meal. I'm going to order this special thing. Until she really thought it through and was like, I don't actually always want to feel, extremely bloated and tired after eating this pasta. Like sometimes I want to order it and have that experience, and sometimes I really don't. But it took her taking a pause and like thinking about it when she got to the restaurant. I'm actually going to look through this menu. I'm going to think about what actually sounds good because something else might sound good that I'm going to be really happy about that choice too. So you can, even somewhere where you go, you always go and you order the same thing, still looking through the menu and thinking it through before you just knee-jerk reaction, like place the order that you always place, can give you that pause and be very eye-opening. So first step is to survey everything, look it all over, and decide before you start just grabbing a plate or before you just knee-jerk reaction order or just get everything out of the pantry. Second step, what looks good that might not actually be good? So, when I was going through this experience recently, they had all these pastries out. I am pregnant, seven over 7 months pregnant, and I was about 7 months when this happened. So I'm all for a pastry here and there because I swear this is the strangest thing. My other pregnant ladies who are like in tune with their body might be able to resonate with this, but carbs and sugar do not hit me the same anymore. Normally, when I'm not pregnant, I have like one or two bites of something sweet and I will get tired. I will get a headache. I just generally don't want to eat those types of things because they don't make me feel that great, especially in the morning. I'm not choosing something like that because I don't want to feel heavy and gross for the rest of my day. Like I want to feel light and energized, especially on vacation. But I'm pregnant and it doesn't hit me that way anymore. It doesn't make me feel so tired. Maybe I'm just tired all the time. I actually just thought of that. That could be it. I don't know. But Possibly I'm just tired all the time, so the pastries don't matter anymore. But so I was fully like, if something looks good that I want to try, I'm gonna have a bite of it. But I looked over what they had and I just got this like glimpse. Maybe that's not the right word, but these are just prepackaged pastries. They weren't made at this hotel. They're prepackaged pastries that were just unwrapped and put out on this buffet. They're not fresh. They're not homemade. They're not anything special. I could go to the gas station and probably purchase one of these. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But the funny thing was, like every other plate in this breakfast restaurant had these pastries on them, like a couple bites taken out. Even we took some back to our hotel, like to the room for later or for like snacks because we had like so many people. And people would open those and take like one bite and not one anymore. Like they just weren't good. So, but that's something that like until I paused and thought about it, I could have just knee-jerk reaction, like just take the pastry because everyone else is doing it. It's a pastry. We're on vacation. All of those reasons that your brain throws out when it wants you to do something that's gonna get a nice little hit of dopamine. So that's the second step is to really like go through, look at all the tempting items and think it through. Is this really gonna be as good as I think it's gonna be? Like, look at them. Is this really, am I actually going to enjoy this? And I do this all the time with clients in these situations. It's like picture yourself at a buffet, at a party. And there's tons of like foods that you typically really would overdo it on. Now, take yourself through mentally each one of those foods individually and ask yourself, do I actually like this? Is this something that I enjoy, or am I eating it because it's a special occasion, because it's on the buffet, because I'm giving myself a free pass, because it's a holiday, because I'm at this party, because so and so made it and it's only once a year? All of those things. And most of the time, what my clients come back to me with is like 90% of the things that they're putting on their plate, they don't even actually like that much when they think about it. Yeah, I actually don't really like that. I just get it because it's there and all of the reasons that I just ran through. So, really thinking it through, what are the things that I actually like here that I'm actually going to enjoy and be happy that I put this on my plate and be happy that I ate this? Okay, number three, how do you want to feel after this meal? This is such a crucial question. And by the way, this question is not just for buffets and parties and meals out. This is for every meal. How do I want to feel when I stand up from this meal? A lot of times, what we're focused on is the calories, the macros. And this is how I used to walk into these situations. Instead of thinking about how do I want to feel physically, I'd be like going through the menu and calculating the calories and the macros of each item and get putting myself on a a calorie budget essentially, or something I had a calorie budget that I had pre-decided and walked into this meal like this is what I have to stick to. But the thing with that is when we're trying to budget calories and macros and count points and count stuff, it's not really compelling reason not to have something when something like jumps out and you look really good and it looks really good, or you're having like a really intense craving for something. So let's say you've put yourself on a calorie budget of like 300 calories for this meal. So basically it's going to be a salad, but you're super hungry. You've had a super stressful day. You're super tired. Everyone else is getting a cheeseburger and french fries and you're just like, "Ugh, F it. I'm just getting a cheeseburger and french fries. Like I don't care. I can't do this." Calories and macros are not a good reason not to do those things. they never like I never rarely talk to a client who's like counting calories and macros and walks into a situation where they're really having an intense craving and calories and macros prevent them from following through on that craving. That it never works like that. We're just like, F it. It's not a good reason. I don't want to lecture about calories right now. I don't feel good. I want to feel better. And guess what? Greasy food helps. So when you can walk into a situation and say like, yeah, okay, maybe I don't physically feel that great right now. How do I want to feel after this meal? What's actually going to help me feel better after this meal? Is it the greasy food that in eaten in excess to the point where I feel even worse? Probably not. What is actually going to help me feel better right now? Maybe it's like a bowl of soup. It's not a salad. It's not sticking to a calorie budget. It's like actually asking yourself, what is going to help me feel good after this meal? But this applies not just to, this situation example that I just gave where you feel stressed out and not your best and you're having like a really intense craving. It applies to every situation. So in my case, I'm on vacation at a breakfast buffet. So I've got my entire day to go ahead of me. I'm also traveling with a toddler and family. I want to be feeling good. I want to be feeling energized. I'm also very pregnant. I want to be feeling energized and calm and not weighed down, not stressed out, not beating myself up for the meal that I just ate. And all of those influence that breakfast decision. Yet the pastries don't look good. And also, do I really want a pastry right now? Like, is that really going to help me feel good today when I've already got like so much stuff to deal with? A baby and a toddler and in-laws? No, that's not going to help at all. I want a little bit of protein and I want to have like a big appetite later today because we're actually going out to good restaurants. That's where I want to enjoy my food. I really don't care about this crappy hotel buffet. Really could care less. This food isn't good anyways. Like that's literally where my brain would go. And that asking yourself that question, how do I want to feel after this meal, will really put the meal into perspective. And this is also really helpful for travel too, because then you get to think about like, okay, what else is going on today? Do I even care about this meal? No, I want to have like this awesome dinner. Like we went to one of those restaurants that does the Peking ducks, and that's like it's a big deal. You order ahead of time, the whole thing, and it was so good. If I had had like a bunch of pastries and just filled up on crappy breakfast buffet food, like that Peking duck would not have had the taste like and just amazing experience that it did for me. So asking yourself, how do I want to feel after this? Instead of what are the calories? What are the macros? I'm going to count some, like, no, not helpful. It never does it. So those are my tips, how I get through buffets, how I help my clients get through these similar situations. And thank you so much for listening. By the way, I offer free weight loss consultations where I provide you with a diagnosis of what is currently preventing you from losing weight. In my experience, there are three main things that are keeping you stuck in your weight loss journey. Everyone has one of these things. Some people have multiple of these things. So whether you're already eat really healthy and clean, but the scale just isn't where you want it to be, or you feel like you're trying really hard, but you're just not getting anywhere. The scale's like going up and down all the time. You just can't figure it out. You feel like you've lost your motivation. You feel really frustrated with your past diet attempts and you want to lose weight, but you don't want to diet anymore. That's what these consultations helps you with. Like, so I'm going to show you, okay, this is what's going on. This is how you can move forward. They're absolutely free. It's no commitment or obligation. It's not a sales call. It's to like teach you about what's going on with you. So I'm going to put that link in the bio here or in the show notes here, the bio. Go and book that. It's really simple to book, and I will see you on the call. Okay. Bye bye.